Just a quick reminder, don't forget to check out my Patreon for early access and exclusive content. Link on screen and in the description below. What is going on, everybody? Project Rodorado here, and it is time for racing here in Toronto for Season 2. The first stop of Season 2 of the Monster Jam Steel Titans 2 sign-up series. This is your leaderboards going into racing. As you can see, Bakugan taking an early lead after qualifying and high jump, and this is your racing bracket. As you can see, Dalmatian, Northern Nightmare, Bakugan, and Monster Mutt all have the bye runs into the second round. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get racing underway with round 1. And in round 1, we're going to have Avenger versus Alien Invasion. Alien Invasion and Cecily 96, your reigning Skills World Finals champion, and was the runner-up in the World Finals Championship race, where Northern Nightmare ultimately got the win and became our champion. So I'm sure she'd like to come out here and make a name for herself. She is also the winner of the Arena Series from Season 1. So that's why she's here now and made it to the World Finals. Last season, Avenger coming off the track. Alien Invasion flipping over a little bit. But Avenger flying off the track, Alien Invasion taking the win. That could have been very dangerous. Fortunately, he should be good. We'll check on him and make sure he's all right. Hopefully it's just cosmetic damage to the truck, as we have Zombie and El Toro Loco coming out. But that was very, very dangerous. So you can tell the drivers are giving it their all. Zombie, though, not sure what happened on the jump there, but he cartwheeled after the jump. That's going to cost him. But El Toro, I think El Toro just got a disqualification. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like he lined the jump up right. So Zombie is able to cover that ground that he lost and going to take the win. He would have taken it either way with El Toro Loco getting the disqualification. So very fortunate for Zombie. Although he ended up on his lid, he should be good to go for round 2. So far, racing has been very interesting the first 2 races. It's good. It's good to be back. Mohawk Warrior and Max D coming out for the second race. Max D, I know, was pretty fast in the World Finals. Ethan Waters, he ended up coming out with a freestyle championship. Although he was killing it in racing. I believe it was Alien Invasion that knocked him out, though. But I mean, he was dialed in that night. But unfortunately didn't come out on top until freestyle. Mohawk Warrior, though, they were pretty even up until that last bit there, where Mohawk Warrior bicycled a little bit. And Max D's going to take the win with a 25.73 for his time. Next is the last race of round 1, Gravedigger versus Blue Thunder. Blue Thunder being a 2-time racing champion last season, although that was with MT World Media behind the wheel. Now we have Nitro Studios piloting Blue Thunder and KJ piloting Gravedigger, which Gravedigger was more of a freestyler last season. But we're going to see what happens here. Different drivers in each truck, so hopefully different outcomes, or most likely different outcomes this season. But it looks like Gravedigger has a lead so far, and he was able to stay within the lines. He's going to take that win. Blue Thunder is out, and Blue Thunder... Okay, I guess I'm getting word now that it was really close for Gravedigger. He almost got a disqualification, but just stayed on top of the line, so he's good to go. This is your bracket going into round 2. Could have been different had Gravedigger gotten disqualified. That was a really close call, but the officials have said that he was on top of the line, which still counts. So, going on to round 2, it's Monster Mutt Dalmatian versus Alien Invasion. Monster Mutt Dalmatian and April Summers making a return. And now that I notice, or now that I think about it, these are the only 2 females, or 2 women, excuse me, in the Stadium Series. So they're battling it out. Let's see who's going to come out on top this time around. But Monster Mutt Dalmatian and April Summers, a 3-time racing winner last season, and your fastest qualifier today. So right back where she left off. Unfortunately, didn't get the racing win, but she's going to get the win here. That's where it counts. It was a really close race, but Dalmatian is on top and moving on to the semifinals as Zombie and your reigning world racing champion, Northern Nightmare, and Alex Stevens 27 come up to the line. Alex Stevens 27 and Northern Nightmare was the truck that took out April Summers and Monster Mutt Dalmatian in racing in the World Finals. So he's the one to blame, I guess, if you want to put it that way, for why she wasn't able to make it further. She was at least my favorite going into racing for the World Finals. So Just like that, things change. Zombie, though, getting into some trouble, slamming into the wall there. That's going to cost them the race. Northern Nightmare, easy race, easy win going into the semifinals to face none other than April Summers and Monsterma Dalmatian. But before we get to that, here comes Bakugan Dragonoid and Max D. Bakugan being a different driver this season. Last season was Lane Flores. This season is Brian the Dog Webb making his Monster Jam return back into the community after a little bit of a hiatus. But Ethan Waters hanging in there. It looks like Bakugan has the advantage, though. Has a little bit of a lead coming into this last turn. Almost didn't make it through, Brian. But Bakugan taking the win, 25.39. One of the fastest times we've seen so far tonight. So on to the semifinals as we have Monster Mutt and Gravedigger, the last race of round 2. Another set of drivers, or another pair of drivers. Well, no, actually, trouble for Monster Mutt. Looks like he was trying to stay within the lines, and that may cost them. But Monster Mutt, the driver, Blake Bell, was behind Mohawk Warrior last season, and he went ahead and hopped into the driver's seat of Monster Mutt for this season. So he's returning, though, but KJ just absolutely killing it tonight here in Toronto and moving on to round 2. Monster Mutt still facing that disqualification, but rollover for the two of them. This has been some crazy racing so far in Toronto. All the drivers are ready to get ready. They were ready to come back, is what I'm saying, and they're just letting it all hang out. But there is your racing bracket going into the semifinal round. This is going to be an interesting race to watch. Northern Nightmare and Monster Mutt Dalmatian, a repeat of the semifinals of the Monster Jam World Finals 1, where Northern Nightmare came out on top and then ultimately won the racing championship. So I'm sure April Summers definitely wants to knock him out and get that racing win this time around. But so far, it looks like Northern Nightmare has a little bit of a lead over Monster Mutt Dalmatian, but as we've seen thus far, that can change in an instant. So it all comes down to this last turn here. Nightmare still has the lead, and he's going to take the win and go to the final round. April Summers, unfortunately, knocked out yet again in the semifinal round by her rival, Northern Nightmare and Alex Stevens 27, as Gravedigger and Bakugan come out. These trucks have actually faced each other a lot, at least in Season 1, and just history repeats itself, and here they are again. For some reason, they're always paired up. But so far, somewhat even on the turn. Both of these drivers are rookies coming into Season 2. KJ behind Gravedigger, Brian the Dog Webb behind Bakugan Dragonoid. Somewhat even in the turn, but it all comes down to this. Nope, Gravedigger is your obvious winner. KJ and Gravedigger, and the fastest time of the night, 24.73, both of them rolling over, but luckily on all fours and little to no damage to the truck, which is fortunate. But Gravedigger and Northern Nightmare are your finalists here in racing tonight here in Toronto. It all comes down to this. Who's it going to be? Northern Nightmare has been here before and has lost, though he is your reigning racing world champion, and that is what he's showing tonight, is that he has what it takes to dominate in racing. KJ, though, in Gravedigger, his first time in this series and first time behind wheel of Gravedigger. This is his rookie season coming out, and he's gonna show you that he can do it. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. Gravedigger actually has a lead so far going into the last turn. Let's see who's gonna be, and without a doubt, it's going to be your boy, KJ and Gravedigger. Northern Nightmare, though, cartwheeling towards the end there. Luckily on all fours, but the winner is obvious. Gravedigger and KJ is your racing winner here in Toronto tonight. So, crucial 12 points going into the next event here. There is your racing bracket after 15 trucks. One is left, or 16 trucks, I guess. One is left, and that's Gravedigger and KJ. This is your leaderboards after racing. So Gravedigger now in third place with 23 points. Bakugan still in first with 32 points. Dalmatian in second. So early points are the ones that are going to make the big difference going into the rest of the season. But before we move on to skills, let's hear a word from our sponsor. I'd like to take a moment to thank the sponsor of the channel, W Energy. Be better with W Energy. No jitter, no crash, no sugar, no artificial colors, and 0 calories. Stay focused, stay awake. W Energy. Use code PROJECTRODROD to receive 10% off of your order. Now, back to the video. Now with that out of the way, let's get the skills challenge going on here in Toronto. Alien Invasion, your reigning World Final Skills Champion, coming out hopefully to throw it down and get a win after not being able to pull it out or pull through in racing. Let's see what she's going to go for, and her move, her signature move that she did in the World Finals, although not as big as the World Finals, still pretty impressive as her first move. Let's see what the second one's going to be. And I know she, the second attempt in World Finals wasn't the best, but it was the first one that I'm guessing really did it, although I know a lot of other people may not share the same opinion. Looks like she was going to go for it again, but didn't quite get the rotation there. Just went straight up with it. So we're going to have to wait and see what the scores are. And an 8.238 for Cecily 96 and Alien Invasion. Here comes Monster Mutt and Blake Bell. But back to Cecily 96 and Alien Invasion. Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't agree that she should have won. There were definitely some other attempts that were amazing, although there were just slight errors or slight hiccups, if you will, that I'm guessing is what cost them the win. The judges just, for some reason, favored her move over everybody else. So Monster Mutt Dalmatian and Max D were definitely huge contenders who could have gotten the skills win, but the judges just didn't think so and didn't score it as well as Alien Invasion. But it is what it is. It's the past. It's in the books. Now we got to hope and see that maybe there's a different outcome in World Finals 2. But now that I have taken away from Monster Mutt, his score is a 5.972, so not enough to take the lead away from Alien Invasion and Cecily 96. As Zombie comes out and Flames plays behind the wheel, looks like he's going to go for a nice sky wheelie into your regular wheelie, going over that whole center, I forget what it's called, that whole jump there, and a nice little stoppy there at the end. So good combos. I'm sure the judges are going to like that. Now he's going to go for a bicycle. No, he wasn't able to get it fully, so that might hurt his score. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. And an 8.760 for Zombie and Flames play, so he will take the lead away from Alien Invasion and Cecily 96 as Mohawk Warrior comes out. Now he's going to go for a bicycle. The Cameron 9785 cut it short there, looks like, because of that jump there. Was probably avoiding a wreck or possibly, you know, a DNF or disqualification or something for not being able to complete the move. So smart move, but I'm sure it's going to hurt his score, as now he's going to go for a sky wheelie into a regular wheelie. And trouble. Is he going to be able to get it back on all fours? He is. He's going to be able to save it, although I'm not sure how well it will score with the judges, and a 3.581. So very, very, very unfortunate score for Mohawk Warrior and the Camera 9785 as Brian the Dog Webb comes out in Bakugan Dragonoid. A nice popper into a moonwalk. And he's gonna... not sure. There it is. That was an incredible save by Bakugan Dragonoid. That should score well. Wasn't sure where that was going there. I thought he was going to be ending his run there and not get a score at all. But he was able to save it and go for another attempt. So let's see what he can get on the second one. Was eliminated in the semifinal round, unfortunately, in racing. So I'm sure he'd like to come back and redeem himself. Although he is sitting pretty good in first place right now. So a nice moonwalk into, I'm guessing he was trying to get a reverse flip, but didn't get the rotation. And he lost a bit of his body there, but here comes the scores. And a 7.111 for Bakugan Dragonoid. Not enough to take the lead as El Toro Loco and Drift Boy 912 come out. El Toro Loco last season being a two-time winner, if I'm not mistaken, in skills. So he knows how to do it. And just like that, his signature move going into a wheelie, blowing the smoke. The fans love it. Now he's comboing it back into another moonwalk. And he's gonna go for another reverse flip. Landing it perfectly, blowing the smoke out the nose. That was just a perfect combination. I'm sure that's going to score amazing with the judges. He has one more attempt to go, and he's going to go for a wheelie. And is he going to combo it? Yes, he's going to combo it up with a stoppie into a possible moonwalk. There it is. Riding it out, walking it out. And I thought he was going to go back into a wheelie, but no. Didn't get the, I guess, the momentum there. As we wait for his scores to come in. And a 9.781 for Driftboy 912 and Old Toro Loco. That's going to be tough to beat. He's our new leader as the high-flying Avenger, and Nick Morhe's come out, shedding the body after a huge, huge sky wheelie. But El Toro Loco and Driftboy 912, an amazing, amazing attempt, amazing outing, and a huge score. So that's going to be tough to beat. We're going to have to wait and see what happens as Avenger goes for a moonwalk over that jump there. Let's see how far he's going to ride it out. Maybe he might just gas it out and see what happens. He is not enough momentum to flip him over, but he's able to get a nice save after the fact. Let's see what the scores will be for him. A 6.705 for Avenger, as Gravedigger, your racing winner of the night here in Toronto, is coming out for his attempt. KJ in his rookie season, hoping to, he's already got a racing win, so hoping to see what else he can do to get those points. Currently in third place. Looks like he didn't quite get what he was trying to do there. So it's all going to come down to this second attempt. Again, the score to beat was a 9.7 or other. I can't remember from El Toro Loco and Driftboy 912. So the tough score to beat as he comes out with a huge sky wheelie into a regular wheelie. How far is he going to ride it out? Nope, he's going to combo it with a bicycle, but he has to slam the brakes before getting into dangerous territory there. And a 6.488 for Gravedigger. Here comes Max D. He's going to start us off with some cyclones. Let's see how much he can get it going. Lost a little bit of the momentum there, but he's going to keep it going. Ethan Waters, your reigning freestyle champ. Okay, the king of saves, I guess, right there. That was incredible. He's able to go for a second attempt now. We've had a lot of close calls here tonight in Toronto. Let's see what he can do for his second attempt. I'm not sure if that was it, but they didn't count it, so this is going to be his official second attempt. And is he going to combo it? No, he wasn't able to get enough speed to get it comboed up. So that's going to be it for Max D and Ethan Waters with a score of an 8.543. So not a bad score, but not enough to take the lead away from El Toro Loco and Driftboy 912 as Blue Thunder and Nitro Studios come out. Okay, not sure what was going on there. That was a lot going on. But he's able to keep it on all fours and continue with his second attempt. So, let's see what happens. That was just a jumbled up mess, I guess. I don't know what to call it. And here he goes. A nice wheelie riding it out. Maybe he'll be able to combo it up. No, he clipped the jump there, and he's not going to be able to get anything else and combo it up anymore. So that's going to be it for Blue Thunder and Nitro Studios as we wait for his score. There it is, a 6.5456, excuse me. So last two drivers coming out. Here comes April Summers and Monster Dalmatian. Again, one of the trucks and drivers who could have easily taken the skills championship at the World Finals, but was just short according to the judges. So first attempt, not too well. Maybe she'll try to go for it one more time and hopefully land it this time. And here we go. She's lining it up. There we go. Now punching in reverse. No, she kind of misaligned it a little bit there at the end. Not sure what happened, and her attempt isn't going to go well as we wait for her scores to come in. Unfortunate, but there's always freestyle to redeem herself. 6.110 for April Summers and Monster Dalmatian as our last competitor for the skills challenge coming out. Northern Nightmare and Alex Stevens, 27. Let's see what he can do. He's going to go for the same move as April Summers. And he's not going to be able to get it just jumping over the container just barely. So far, not the best attempt. Let's see if he can get a second. Let's see if his second attempt will be better. Looks like he's going to go for what Alien Invasion did. He better punch it and hope for the best rotation. No, he's not able to get it, but he's going to combo it up into a bicycle, excuse me. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. And a 7.360, not enough to knock out Drift Boy 912 and El Toro Loco. So he is your skills winner for the night here in Toronto. Here is the leaderboard for skills. El Toro Loco on top, Zombie in second, Max D in third. So this is the leaderboards after skills. As you can see, Bakugan still in first place, and Alien Invasion and Monster Mode Dalmatian now sharing second place with 32 points, and Northern Nightmare in fourth with 31. Gravedigger going down, tied for fifth with El Toro Loco. So freestyle is left. Can't wait to see it. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see if this changes any bit. So yeah, can't wait for freestyle, and I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching.